today is the first day of actual like Apimondia Congress and conference. So we checked into our hotels and got all settled in and did all those things that you normally do when you check in. But today is our like very first day. So we're looking forward to that. Yesterday, they had their opening ceremony and you got to like walk around. They opened up the vendor hall. All I basically did was I just walked through the vendor hall. I didn't get to really talk to anybody much. I just wanted to see what was there and then kind of like make some mental notes for what to do when you come back. So we got to run into some old friends, catch up with people, and then just do like a quick like little like survey of. So the conference is huge. There are 7,000 people registered for this conference, which is pretty incredible. This is the vendor hall. This is what it this is like how big it is. So this is the map. And then this is the amount of vendors that are there. There's very, very few like US vendors. Like I think there's only like 2 maybe. The rest of them are all over Europe and Australia. And there's a couple from Africa and always a bunch from Asia. Always a bunch of Chinese vendors here. Always checking out other people's things if you know it. So we got to walk the vendor hall, which was great. And then we on the global honey bar, which is basically every country that is here. I think it's over 120 countries that are actually here at the conference. And Global Honey Bar has probably 8 honeys from every single country. So you're just walking around and they have toothpicks. They have little wooden strips and they have wet wipes and you could just go around and taste honey or honeydew from all these different countries. And our honey is included. So we went and we found the United States has like 8 jars of honey. And ours is wildflower from USA #1. So of course we tasted great. So it's just exciting to kind of see our honey on the Global Honey Bar. There's also the honey show, but this year they're not actually doing a black jar and they're not doing like the clear jar honey things. They're just doing all the other things. So beeswax and gadgets and all that kind of stuff. So they're not doing the honey because they don't want to risk awarding best tasting honey to a honey that is fraudulent. That was actually a real big issue 2 years ago at Chile. So they don't want to do that again this year. So it's really, really unfortunate. This honey fraud is a big deal. There's a lot of people talking about it. Every person I've talked to from around the world, we kind of talked about a little bit. And I asked like, do you guys have an issue with importers of honey? And importers of honey are fine, but it's the importing of the fake honey and the cultural impact it has on beekeepers and the public thinking that they're actually eating honey, but they're just eating rice syrup or something like that. So that's still a big issue. So unfortunately, they're not doing a black jar contest as part of the honey show. They did an opening ceremony, which was actually a lot of fun. So we sat at the opening ceremony and Jeff Pettis, he's the president. So he said a few things. One of the guys that was on our tour, he helps run the apitherapy group. So we got to see him on stage. They had like this entertainment they called like the Smile group or something like that, or the Happy group, and they did some stuff and it was a little funny. It kind of reminded me of like Eurovision, if you ever saw that movie. So they did drums. It was like a Blue Man group but off brand, and everything was great. And then they had everybody stand up and start dancing and like clapping each other's hands with the people around you, and it was just a little bit awkward. Actually, it was very awkward. But we did that, and then the best part, they brought out like a marching band, a brass band, and that's always a lot of fun. Everybody, especially people in the US, we love a marching band. So they brought that out, and they played Jungle Book, I Want to Be Like You, which was a lot of fun. Then we went out and ate and drank in the foyer, ran into some more people from EAS and some other friends, and then people from our tour, we got together, and we went out and had some dinner last night. So that was a full day yesterday, but today is going to be full of exploring the conference center, going to speakers. Like I said, 7,000 people are at this expo. That's incredible. Like I said, it's the biggest beekeeping conference in the world. And we are like super excited to be here again. Keep running into people we know, either suppliers or friends or EAS people. Unfortunately, nobody from Alabama. I did run into John Hill this morning real quickly. And I said hi to Cayman. Cayman Reynolds is here. We'll see him again. Real quick, we just said, hey, we'll catch up. I got to see Cayman and say hello real quick. But we're going to be here all week and we're excited. So we'll keep posting these videos as we go.